Hi and welcome to AFTV. You have tuned into the build-up with me, Cecil G, and James.
We're back.
We're back.
We've got a new set.
Well, they can't see. Whoa.
Well, no, but this for the build-ups and they can see that. They can see there's no TV behind us.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But we have a new set.
We have a new set.
Yeah. It's actually amazing. I can't wait for you all to see it. You can check it out maybe on a Snapchat if you guys aren't subscribed to that. Go onto the Snapchat and see the behind the scenes. But yeah, we're live. We're back. And I don't know actually how it feels. It feels nice to be back here and speaking to you guys and back in.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of nerves ahead of tonight's game.
Do you know what? It's those 8 o'clock games. I kind of think, all right, the morning I'll chill. But we had the Odegaard news. Obviously, the girls did the stream. If you've not checked that out, I was gonna say go check it out, but actually, there's all sorts of content to watch. So check it out later. But it's been kind of all day, and then we had the news that Aubameyang isn't available. Then Ornstein reveals that Lacazette's not available. Yep. There's a lot to talk about already, but Arsenal never keep it boring, do they? It's never just standard. We weren't going to turn up and get 3 points to get on with our lives, were we? It was always going to be more than that. No. But yeah, it's good to be back.
Do you have an inkling of what it could be with Aubameyang and Lacazette? No one knows yet, but is there anything that you suspect?
So, I have to say that this is my opinion, right, or let's say a fleeting thought.
Okay.
Not one I've given much sort of analysis to or whatever, but I wonder if with one, if not both, there's more going on than just illness. Or we fist bump because you feel the same.
I feel the same, but this is just speculation.
We're not. This is
there is no.
And don't go with this whole they got inside. No, we know nothing. But I can kind of articulate why I think that. A lot of reporters, we saw Carve at Sky. What are you laughing at?
Corey Blake says Aubameyang and Lacazette are suffering from a lack of finishing. I shouldn't laugh. That was funny. It caught me off guard. Yeah. Big up the comments. I love them. We're back. Go on.
Right. So my thinking is we've got Martinelli who can play up front. Balogun we just gave a new deal to. We can't seem to shift Eddie Nketiah. Aubameyang we gave a new deal to a year ago. Yeah. Lacazette's still here, but you get reporters like Carve at Sky and loads of reporters saying Arsenal want a striker. They want Tammy Abraham. And you think that goes against everything you would think. Yeah. Do you remember you asked me on a show, I can't remember, was it News Daily, you said, does this transfer window make sense? No. Signing a striker for this squad right now makes no sense. But if Aubameyang and Lacazette are on their way off, maybe Balogun fits what Arteta wants to do more in terms of being a bit more of a complete striker. Then you bring in Abraham. Yeah. Cool, I get that. But this is just speculation. Like, I've got no reason other than speculation to think that they're anything more than just ill.
Agreed.
But it's a talking point.
It is a talking point, and it's a slightly a worry as well. The fact that it's the first game. If I was Aubameyang or Lacazette, I know it's illness, so we don't know how serious it is, but like of all games to miss, especially in our first 3 games, this wouldn't be the one.
Imagine you're Arteta, right? After the season we just had. Listen, I'm not asking you to sympathise with Arteta. He probably doesn't deserve a lot of it, but you want to start on the right foot, and the first thing, your 2 strikers, Lacazette and Aubameyang. And I know they've not been at their best for a while, but still, there's still quality in them, and they're out injured. I mean, you just think, bloody hell.
It's a worry, and I think B the R here says, and I read this morning as well. It is the Daily Mail, so you don't know how to trust the sources for a weak source, but they did say today in reports that Aubameyang is up for sale, that the club did issue. Yeah, it was in a report. I read that as well. I think I should have sent it into the group, but so.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
That's
interesting.
Really fascinating.
Very interesting. So
let's see, because we're going to talk about.
Aubameyang. Yeah, we might as well
analysis because he's an Arsenal player. We're going to discuss that. But it's good to be back.
Oh, one more time.
Am I going to hear that stupid song?
Yeah, someone commented saying, "Get off your phone, guys. I'm just preparing for the best section of the show." Danger man.
The worst thing about this set though is that they've moved us closer. And also it's quite difficult to just walk out on.
Yeah, you can't. Oh yeah, you're trapped in the table.
I can't just flee.
It's fine. We're gonna enjoy it.
Right.
Let's go. Let's get into Aubameyang because there's a lot of discussion around him.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's not been at his best for probably just under a year, coming up to a year.
Yep.
Great in that Fulham game, obviously scored that great goal, but then maybe West Ham, he was alright start of last season. But yeah, basically had a poor year last year. Obviously, when I'm preparing all this, I'm thinking he's probably going to start today, or at least be in and around the 11. We know he's not playing. We've discussed why that potentially could be. I wanted to look at why he's struggling and what it is, basically, to
Can I just pause you for 1 second?
Go
Sorry
on.
to cut you. They're saying the sound is not in sync. Is that wrong? They're saying we're out of sync with the sound, and there's everyone is saying it.
Okay.
So just let us know. Just waiting to hear from production.
Alright, we might be having some technical difficulties before I carry
We
on.
apologise for that. Because we're about to
Aubameyang.
go into deep analysis on Aubameyang. I don't want it to be like Aubameyang, mate.
Give us 2 seconds.
No worries.
Cool. Anyway, but it is good to be back.
I mean, I just keep staring at the set, James. Like
Yeah.
when this camera
Guys,
spins
check out
round-
the Snapchat. If you don't follow AFTV on Snapchat, Cecil's running that.
Yeah, go check it out.
You get little sneak previews of stuff.
But yeah, and you're gonna want to see it. You want to be probably one of the first to see it if you go check it out
But
now.
no, yeah, that's the exclusive look.
Yeah.
Are we hearing from the production team? We're all good.
We're gonna go to thumbnail and come back.
Okay, we'll be back in a
We'll
sec,
be back in a
guys.
second.
Give me 2 seconds.
And we've returned. Apologies for that. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back. I saw some of the comments. The comments, someone said it goes with the times. Not much about Arsenal are in sync these days. And, I mean, they kind of hit the nail on the head there.
Very good.
Very good. And someone said, have you tried to turn off and on again? That's the first thing they tried. So thank you for that. Thank you for the advice. Thank you very much. We are back. Hopefully the sound's in sync again. So let's get into it. Let's go back into Aubameyang. I know you want to speak about him.
About Aubameyang, comparing the last season he just had with the season before, where he was prolific, he was superb. And I want to kind of debate between me and you in the comment section. Is it all on him? Does Arteta take blame for this? Because I think there's some very obvious sort of changes in the way he's being used that perhaps don't suit his game. First thing I'm going to do though, let's get my stats and my graphics, which I've logged off from.
Gonna bring them in.
Here we are. I've got them here. Oh, where are they? There we go. First graphic of the day. As you can see here, we're having a little look at Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's form in Premier League 2019-20 to 2021. Now, okay, he made more appearances in the 19-20 season. He made 36 appearances out of 38 games in the Premier League, which just shows you kind of how crucial he was.
Yep.
And also, he was never injury prone. He never really had a break from first team football. He was there, and I think rhythm is part of what gets the best out of him. You said something a while ago. Do you remember you said not having fans?
And we're gonna do a whole section.
Tell them about it now, because
Okay.
I think that is kind of relevant here.
So quickly, obviously the stats are currently up as you can see, but my thought process behind Aubameyang's form was massively down to the fans and him being a showman. You can tell that Aubameyang is clearly a showman in the cars he buys, the outfits he wears, the way he's around the changing room. He's very much a showman. Feeds off it. I've met players exactly the same as that. I was the same. I'm going to be honest. I love the crowd. I love to play up to them. And when they were winding me up and the rival fans were winding me up, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I can do. I think Aubameyang is the same sort of breed of striker. And not having fans, he's had nothing to really feed off and really, I guess, play to. And that, I think, has massively affected him. I know I was listening to Tyrone Mings speaking about fans not being in the stadium. It just feels like a training game. Like, it's really difficult to change your mindset when I was going to games last season to say, this means everything. Like, there's points on the board, there's fans at home watching. So I think that's what Aubameyang massively suffered from. That's why I'm so disappointed that today, it's not his fault that he's ill, but I'm just disappointed that
You're disappointed for him.
for him, yeah. Because this is what I would have said today if I didn't hear about this news this morning. I would have said I think he's going to turn it on today.
Right.
But now I can't say that. So
I think adding to that, when we look at this graphic again, 36 Premier League appearances last season. In the 19-20 season. God, it feels like last season because it's been flying by. In the 19-20 season, barely had a break. Was involved in all our big moments. The FA Cup semi-final, the FA Cup final. Got into a rhythm. Having the fans. I think all that plays a part. Playing football, playing in front of fans, and feeling confident. And as you said, feeling like a bit of a showman. I think he does thrive on that energy that comes from fans. He scored 22 goals, which is 0.6 goals per game in the league. He had 93 shots, which is 2.6 shots per game. You go to the year after, 29 Premier League appearances, which is still quite a lot, but in fairness, you think malaria, unfortunately, he had the situation with his family. I don't think he missed football for it, but he had that situation at the airport as well.
That time.
You add the form to it, you add the way Arsenal were playing. It was a really difficult season for Aubameyang, no fans, and we talked about why that might be important. But you see the stats dropped massively. 10 goals in those 29 games, 0.3 goals per game. He only had 57 shots. I mean, it's almost half the amount of shots. And I think that is staggering, which is 2 shots per game. It's that in itself tells you a lot. But I want to move on. No, go on.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. I'm just trying to cast my mind back to obviously players I've spoken with, players when I was playing, like having less shots. For me, it lies down to when we did our analysis after games. It lies down to your confidence, and I don't think Aubameyang. I guess he's a confidence player, but it is having less shots is down to that. He's not feeling confident enough to take these chances, take more shots, and that obviously leads to more goals. And you're right, when you've just shown me them numbers, I'm thinking he didn't have. I can't even remember clear-cut chances. Or amount of efforts that he was having last season. So I think
that's it, right? So that's exactly what I was thinking. God, the confidence you can see. He's only had 57 shots in that season. That's slightly worrying. That's barely over like a shot. 2 shots per game as we got there. Like it's poor. It's worrying. But what's really fascinating about it is I don't think it is necessarily just down to confidence, because I think in the right areas Aubameyang might take the shot. So let's explore something else. We're going to move to the next graphic where we're looking at some details in terms of Aubameyang's 2020, 2021, back when it was 06, 07. It was so easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to have a little look. This is via SofaScore. Go check out SofaScore. They've got all sorts of stats around players. I've got his heat map here to the left. You can see very heavily on the left-hand side for 2 reasons. A, he played on the left a lot, as we can see here. Appearances as a left winger, 14. Appearances as a striker, 14. But also he leans towards the left a lot. But what's interesting, if you take this and you compare it to the year before, he's having 4 extra touches per game. And yes, he's still more left-heavy, but it's not as dominant on the left-hand side like he was in that 2021 season. You see? I'm
with you. I'm
where I'm going.
I'm trying to work it out in just in a way that if I was told by a manager, they'd be saying you're taking more touches, but you're not being as effective doing that.
This is his running. This is the positions he's taking.
He's just taking. Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm going to take it back to the tactical pad. I've missed this.
This is big.
We've not done this for
big
a while.
Throwback.
So let's open up here on Aubameyang. So what I'm basically trying to show here is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the kind of positions that I believe he gets in and is running in, and where I'd rather see him. So when he's playing out on the left hand side, which Arteta tends to do when he wants Lacazette to be his number 9 who drops in, comes into midfield, all that. Let me get this up here. So in blue I'm showing the area that I sort of think he's predominantly hanging around in. That's when Arsenal have the ball and they're looking to build out the back. I think he's predominantly hanging around in this area here.
Agreed.
Stretching the pitch. I'm going to show in another colour. Let's do it in yellow. Where I believe he's making his runs. So I believe he's making runs that are channeling him down here. Now we looked at that Chelsea game, the Chelsea friendly.
Yep.
The amount of times Partey or Toney or maybe Xhaka at times threaded a really lovely through ball, but he wasn't running a goal. He was running almost into a crossing position, where an Emile Smith-Rowe or an Alex Lacazette gets into the box to feed off the Aubameyang cross. We don't really want that. Instead, what an inside forward should be doing is getting into this area here, and I'm going to do it in green. Areas where once he's broken the lines and he's come from out to in, he's at goal. He can open his body up and he can find the far corner. And I think a lot of this is down to Mikel Arteta and the positioning and the way he sets the team up. Because I think there's 2 things that don't suit Aubameyang. A, he's kind of an instinctive player. He runs where he sees space and where he thinks the goal's going to come from and where the space is going to be. Secondly, he wants to go from one end of the pitch to the other in no time. Because he's blisteringly fast.
Agreed. Do you put this down to, like I think you just said it there previously, do you put that down to an Arteta? Because I feel like he's putting in players that are stifling that space, because when we saw that game against Chelsea, I saw Toney really high. Oh, I saw, the players really high. Toney was up. I think Holden was in that game at one point. They were playing. Oh, actually, he wasn't playing that game. Sorry, one of the centre backs was really high up, closing that space down.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there.
I think we are. No, go on.
No, that's what I think we're going to lead into it right now. But those players are congesting that space that he should be running in to get the goals that we saw last season.
We are obsessed with hogging that left-hand side and basically having Aubameyang and Tierney stretching the pitch. But what I want to see from Aubameyang a lot more often, and this is where I think it's instructed, rather than making that run there, that run to the edge of the box, I want to see him position more in between full-back and centre-back. And when that ball sort of transitions, say Xhaka picks it up, maybe it's played through the lines into Smith Rowe, or maybe it comes directly from Xhaka. I want that ball to be played in a position where Aubameyang, when he gets it, is running directly at goal. I want him to receive it, using his pace, getting behind, open up, and there's a shot on. And we scored a goal against Everton. This was in the 1920 season, where Aubameyang was still in lightning form, and it was under Arteta, where Luis had the ball, he stepped forward, and with his left foot, just played it through full back and centre back, and Aubameyang was in and tucked it into the far corner. So he can do that, and this is why playing him on the left wing, there's almost a difference between left wing and left inside forward. And I think he needs to be more of a left inside forward, and he needs to be getting into these positions in between centre back and full back. And I think ultimately the point I'm trying to make with this analysis, or with looking at some of those stats, is I don't think Aubameyang has suddenly just become a poor player. I've got here in my notes that
not that I disagree, but I am again worried. I think it comes down, like I said, the fans, the confidence, because I did see him in pre-season. I don't know if it was against Hibernian or Rangers, that he did get through one-on-one from that ball through his one-on-one, and obviously he missed the target. Now that may be that happens, but again, that fills me with worry, because he used to slot those away, and I haven't even seen flashes of the older Aubameyang in pre-season at all. Right. So that's why I'm massively worried as well.
But confidence is still of course it's still a thing. Like of course, all this will be chipping away at his confidence. And when he does get chances, like he did in pre-season, and he's not taking them, that's slightly worrying. Yeah. But I guess if I'm to sort of offer if I'm to look at Aubameyang and his sort of player attributes, and I'm to look at sort of two cons that have come out of this Arteta system, I don't think build-up suits him, because I think he's obviously a talented footballer, but I don't think he's gifted on the ball like Smith Rowe or Saka or even Pepe. I don't think he's a creator. I don't think he's one to be a part of the build-up. So I think slow, lethargic, tepid build-up, I don't think suits him. That might be how Arteta wants to get from one end of the pitch to the other. The second thing, I don't think hogging the left touch line and almost making that sort of run where he gets into crossing position suits him, as we illustrated there. There's one thing that I think will potentially still suit him though in this Arteta formation and sort of way of playing, and that is being a poacher. Being in that right area when the ball does come into the box and putting it away. Yes, he's not done it in pre-season, that's slightly worrying.
Has he done that enough to suggest that he has that ability to do so?
Over his career, he has done it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has.
Interesting.
He's a finisher. He doesn't...
Yeah, that's his main asset.
Before this bad run, he was one chance of Aubameyang, one chance, and he took it. You think the Community Shield we won because that one really good chance he got, he buried it in the far corner. We defended resolutely, went to penalties.
Yeah, I hear that, but that goal was off the back of him running in behind, right? And that's not the same for me as a quick snapshot poacher sort of finish.
No, but if you look at the goals he scored against Fulham, you look at the goal he scored against Liverpool. So Fulham last year in the opening game a year ago, Liverpool in the Community Shield, the Chelsea FA Cup final. Okay, they're not quite the out to in where he's getting between full-back and centre-back, but he's much more central in a position where he can open up his body and have a sight at goal. And I think the way we've been playing, we've not been getting him naturally into positions like that. So yes, I think he's got to take blame for his form, but I don't think Arteta's been helping it, if I'm being completely honest. And I think the reason we're linked to a striker is because, let's face it, while Aubameyang and Lacazette have qualities that fit what Arteta wants to do, I don't think they're the striker he wants leading the line.
Okay.
Those are my thoughts on Aubameyang.
Those are your thoughts. Interesting.
Feel free to disagree, everyone.
No, I think a lot of the comments are saying that you understand the Aubameyang situation very well, actually, James. People also talking about audio, but I believe it should be fine. I think some people are saying it's fine on their end. I had a theory, but Actually, no. We'll come back to it. Let's move. Are we moving on to? Well, I think we're moving on to.
I think we are moving on to what you think we're moving on to.
Oh my god!
No.
Oh my god! Guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new season of. Oh, sorry, I lost myself then. Of the build-up. So, now it's time, James. For the reason why I was on my phone at the beginning and I'm on my phone right now, I'm gonna make it really loud, but I'm worried that I'm gonna get in trouble for playing it so loud. Let's have a go. Here we go.
How loud is this? So we've upgraded everything,
Apart from that.
and you've still got that.
Okay, I haven't upgraded the song because I'm still gassed that the song was made. So Danger Man is back.
You can get like a feature in there.
No, what? Who am I gonna ring? Stormzy, Chipmunk? What? Who am I gonna ring?
KSI is doing a lot of music. He's an Arsenal
Okay,
fan.
yeah, but
KSI,
to be fair, I know KSI.
I do. A nice little name.
Might have to Holland knowledge actually.
Yeah, okay.
But we're back. Danger Man, ladies and gentlemen, should be coming up on your screens right now as we speak. We are here. So, Danger Man, we're going to be speaking about the one and only Ivan Toney. Now, I'm going to speak about him and go through his stats. I think it's very clear he was going to be my Danger Man. He's a striker. He's been on complete form. Very versatile striker. And as you can see on the screen here, it says 25. That's because it's his age, not for his squad. Because I had a feeling you might have been like, when I sent it over to you, I thought you might have been like, why is he? It's not number 25.
That wasn't the hardest one to figure out. But thanks.
But no, right. So I've got him up there. He's young. He's our age. I mean, I wouldn't have mind seeing him come to Arsenal.
He's not that young though. Like
you're right, but he's at his prime age, 25, 26. But I just quickly said there, I wouldn't have minded seeing him at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Would you? The reason why I've got his market value up there is because I was going to ask you, if he was coming through the doors right now. I think we need a striker. It's clear as well now that we haven't got Aubameyang and Lacazette. We're going to suffer in that position. It's going to be the likes of either Balogun, which we're heard will be starting, potentially starting, or I guess Martinelli and Nketiah. So up in that front position, and I wouldn't mind Ivan Toney. Would you have minded Ivan Toney to fit in there?
He's a proper goal scorer because he's done it. He did it at Peterborough. Goes to Brentford. Did he smash the record or something? Any Brentford fans in the chat, let us know. I'm pretty sure he smashed the record in the Championship. I think most goals. Anyway. Either most goals for Brentford and most goals in a Championship season. But honestly, quality striker, versatile.
Yeah.
Goals with his head, right foot, left foot.
Thank you very much.
Gets in behind.
I think he's a versatile striker. I know there was arguments saying, well, he's not much different to Lacazette, but I believe that's wrong. Again, like you just said there, goals with his head, and I looked at some of his goals that he scored with his head. They're not just loads of time to think where to put it. They're like he's beating his defender, getting in front of him, pushing through. His goals with his right foot have been outstanding as well. I just want to bring his stats quickly.
He's a real finisher.
I want to bring his stats back up just quickly as we just quickly run through them. So he's market valued at 25 million currently. I think that's a fair price. I think it's a tad bit high, but
you wouldn't get him out for less than 50, I don't think, though. Yeah, I think if Arsenal wanted a striker now and they went to Brentford, I don't think they'd get him out for less than 50.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah.
Fair. Position, centre forward, as we know. Strong foot is right, we spoke about it earlier. Again, goals last season in the Championship, 33. That is, I know people are going to say, that's impressive. It's so impressive. I know people say the Championship is the Championship, but I'm being honest with people here. What I know the difference between the Championship and the Premier League, from what I've heard from players, is that, well, the players in the Premier League take their chances more. You can't say that of Ivan Toney because 33 goals, no matter how many chances you get, that's a lot. That's a big number. That's rare in any league. The Championship has
a lot of quality.
Yeah,
like it's very difficult to get out, let alone to play good football, score a lot of goals doing it, because it's a slog. And Ivan Toney's made it look a breeze in his first year in it, or first year since Peterborough.
I hear that, and obviously assists. He's got 10 there, and 6 foot tall, nice and aggressive, tall and strong, and just a player that I'd be worried about today.
So
I'm worried.
So this is really interesting, right? Actually, do you know what? This is a bit spontaneous. We weren't going to do this.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm gonna run something here.
Here we go.
If we just go to the tactical pad, I always come prepared.
the editing team, the production, are thinking, James, really? Are we really doing this now?
We just go to the tactical pad. So, I've got this up here, and I think what's really interesting is we did the Tactical Insight show with Graham. I say we, it was just me, you weren't there. Did the Tactical Insight show with Graham, and he was talking about them basically playing a 3-5-2 in pre-season, how they've looked with kind of Ivan Toney and Brian Mbeumo as their front two. What's going to be really interesting is because Brian Mbeumo is typically a right winger / right forward, bit comparable to Pepe in some ways in the positions he plays.
Yeah.
He's going to be much more up against Pablo Mari, and then dealing with the man himself, Ivan Toney, is likely to be Ben White. Do you think this is how it's probably going to play out?
Yeah, I think Ben White's going to have his work cut out for him today, but I think.
I'd rather it was Ben White.
So no, that's what I want. That I was about to just literally about the next thing I was about to say was I want to see him tested, and no better test than having Ivan Toney in your first game, and your first game first Premier League game for Arsenal. So I'm excited to see that. I think that's how it's going to play out probably.
I think so. I think it's going to be a front two, and I think that the centre backs are going to have a lot to do today because Ben White and Pablo Mari are going to deal with the front two. Then you've got the wing backs in what's his name, Henry, but what's his first name? I know it. Rico Henry and Sergio Candos, who are going to be providing the width, and they're real direct wingers. They're going to be causing problems. But then from set pieces, you've got Ethan Pinnock, you've got Janssen, and you've got Asia.
Yes,
it's gonna. I'll tell you what. Why to Mari? Even if it is a game in which we dominate and have a lot of the ball, I think they're going to be really, really busy today. But anyway, sorry to take you away from that. I just wanted to touch on that because I thought it was interesting in the discussion of how we stop Toney that it's more likely going to be Ben White who's dealing with him rather than Pablo Mari.
No, that's fine. I think we're now moving off Danger Man and into kind of the final sections of the show. I was going to take some super chats here. We've got one here from Oz F. Big up Oz F. Arteta is a clown with a clown emoji. Oba should play through the middle to push the opposition back line. His pace changes the opposition line of engagement 25 yards back. If he plays through the middle, we have to wait for Arteta to go. I mean, Aubameyang's we all know now is not available for today, but going forward, I hear what he's saying. I do hear what he's saying. Thank you as well on the analysis there earlier. I was trying to take it all in when you were talking about Marion and that, as you're saying about pairing. No. Ben White, so not holding at all, don't think he's going to play today at all?
No.
No.
Okay. Why would he?
It's a great question.
Got Ben White, 50 mil.
50 million.
Started the North London derby.
Yeah.
Ben White plays.
Okay, fair. Right, let's move along to the AFTV VIP app. I think now is the best time to go through some of the new features we have available. We're also going to build your 11s. You know this show. You know what time it's going to be. So I'd say send in your 11s now and
get them through the comment section. As you know, who you want to see, what your starting 11 would be.
Right. I was going to say get them in, and me and James will decide because we haven't actually made an 11 at all this whole week either. Yeah. So I think we'll do it as a collective. You guys send in your 11s and we'll do it.
But the warm-up is back next week. This week we've had all sorts of content coming out. But So, should we start going through it?
VIP?
Let's go through the VIP. Let's go into it.
Let's do it. I've got it up here. So, if you don't know about AFTV VIP, what have you been doing with your life? This is our exclusive app. Go to aftv.mobi. Been a while since we've done this. aftv.mobi. Add it to your home screen. And then subscribe. It's 2 week free trial. Yeah. $2.99 a month after that for all sorts of exclusive content. You've got the Forever Arsenal podcast, as you can see, being advertised there. We go down. We've got How's Your Touch. Do you want to tell them a bit about How's Your Touch?
How's Your Touch? It's a footballing show where I put the fans who always love to talk about the players on the pitch through their paces, doing football challenges. This is an old episode where Turkish lost, as he always loses. He hasn't won yet, but he would hate me to say that, and he'll get very angry at me. But I'm going to say it. He hasn't beaten me yet, and he probably never will. But go check out How's Your Touch. It's one of my favourite shows, as well as Forever Arsenal, with some really strong opinions in there. Yeah. And there's loads. There's Ice Bath. There's so much.
Ice Bath, the press box, where we chat to journalists who are on the ground. They see what it's like. They see what's going on. I like that show because there's things like understanding what Mikel Arteta's like as a manager, kind of instructing players. We don't get that from watching the games on the TV, but they were there kind of all last season, and it's fascinating to learn things. So guys, go check out AFTV VIP because there's all sorts of exclusive content. But
access all areas. And talk about Target Man just quickly. Target Man as well. It's your show. Tell them.
Done the one.
But it's a really good show.
Thank you. That's very kind. Target Man. We basically just take a player. It was Bukayo Saka in the first episode, and we basically just discussed Bukayo Saka and his future and his stats and who he compares to. We sort of the team are arriving. Sorry, we're going to hear
you're going to hear some background noise.
People are arriving for the game. Anyway, Target Man. We looked at Bukayo Saka and we were basically chatting about. I compared him to Raheem Sterling. His numbers are very comparable. After the Euro Sterling had, Saka's playing at that level in a couple of years, and bloody hell, we've got.
Well, to be fair, in the Euros, I must say that a lot of people did compare Saka to Sterling, and even for me, I was like, wow, he really reminds me of Sterling when he plays. I think me and Robbie spoke about it, so you were spot on, and that was filmed a long way before the Euros was.
Do you know what it was
on? So
you're right.
Hey,
thank you.
Come on.
We're going to show you now a game It's a brand new game, exclusive to AFTV and AFTV VIP.
I'm gassed. Sorry, guys. This game is so lit. Let me just do a quick little speech, right? I don't play these sort of games. Football Manager. That's James's sort of game. He likes all that. Never played it. Was once on it, twice actually. Sorry, that was a big choice.
Wait,
yeah, it's disgusting.
no way. Were you on it?
Twice, yeah, 2013. Hold tight the gang. But yeah,
wait for
Crawley's. Yeah, you could,
I remember releasing you.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That
I remember did a scouting report.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, the scout
It's
for
a
your
bit
trash.
too soon. It's close to home now.
I remember really.
Yeah. Close to home.
Sorry.
But anyway, let me get back into it.
No,
Football
no,
Manager
no,
is
no.
James's sort of game. Same with like we don't really gamble at all, but there's sort of like a gambling game, putting money on people. This is the sort of game that I didn't think I would really enjoy. But
No, you don't put your own money on though.
no, it's like internet money, I guess.
You get given money in the
100
game.
million.
Should we explain the game?
Yes, explain the
Good
game.
time to
Wait. This game's just lit. That's all I want to say. I play it. I'm currently the champ.
No, hold on. No, you're not the
I'm the
champ. No. You won the last one, but you've not beaten my high score.
Okay, yeah, but then I won the.
Let's explain the game so
Okay,
you know what we're
explain the
talking
game.
about.
Explain the game.
Essentially, think kind of pre-match kind of betting on corners, shots,
Yeah.
things like that meets what's it called, fantasy football
Yeah.
in game at the same time.
It's live.
And that's what we're doing. So you got it here. It's called Top Squad. We love it. First things we should show you is the rewards. Reward store's coming soon. And if we just go here to leaderboard, shows you a bunch of stuff. We got here. Basically tells you a bit how the game goes, how you get ranked. If we go into the game, so when you go into it on AFTV VIP, what you're going to be shown is Brentford versus Arsenal. I've already joined, so as you can see, it's got join next to the Chelsea game and the Man City game. But next to Brentford, I've already joined, so we're going to hit play. What you're essentially doing on this game, once the starting 11 comes out, it's going to load here down the left-hand side. You're going to have the Brentford 11 here under Brentford, and you have the Arsenal 11 down the left as well. What you're given, down in the corner, you can see it here in the bottom left corner, you're given, it's called millions. So basically offered 100 million for the game, and each player's worth 20 million. That's all the players, the starting 11 at Brentford and the starting 11 for Arsenal. Yeah. And what you can do is up to 4 players you can invest, and each player's worth 20 million. So as you can imagine, if you can invest in 4 players, they're all worth 20 million, that leaves you 80 million, but that extra 20 million you can put back on one of the players, one of the 4 players you've chosen. So you could have 40 million on Pepe, and then 20 on Saka, 20 on Aubameyang, 20 on Nketiah.
Right.
What basically happens is that £20 million, that 20 million value of the players basically goes up and down as the game goes up. Now, how does it go up and down? Well, I'm going to show you here.
Oh, don't show him the cheats.
The milestones.
Oh, you're going to show him the. Don't give him the clues though.
What? I've got to show him how it's done.
Alright, go on. Show him how to. I never looked at this, everyone. Just so you know, I just know from watching what's going on the screen. James uses all the cheat codes. I call them.
This is how you know how to do well.
Alright.
So with the value starting at 20 million, every time a player scores a goal, registers an assist, has a shot on target, assists a shot, gets a cross, takes a free kick, a throw-in, whatever, you can see here down the right, you can see here on the screen, how many points they get for completing said action. The amount of points they rock up, their value goes up. So that 20 million value might go to 22, 28. We've seen Gundogan for the Community Shield went up to 57 or something.
Yeah, he was flying.
He really shot up.
He was flying.
Their values go up, and as you've invested, think of the stock market, as you've invested stock in those players at 20 million, you could sell them on, and you make your 20 million back plus your 35 million value extra that it's gone up by.
Yeah.
But by basically having stock in the best players who are playing better, you accumulate points. And what we're going to show you here is the ranking system. I'm the only one in because obviously it's not gone live and people haven't joined the game yet. You accumulate points. As you accumulate points, your level here.
Audio. I think Brendan is currently sorting it.
Oh, were you hearing that there's audio problems?
I'm sorry, I'm just worried about the audio, guys. I see people.
We got it again.
Yeah, we're back in. We're back in. So we're gonna.
No.
Oh, it's gone again. Oh, it's gone
Okay.
again. Oh, I can see.
We'll come back.
All
That's
right.
fine. We'll come back,
Well, we're
guys.
just going to hang around.
We'll be back. Yes,
Right.
guys, welcome back. Listen, before we start, it's Friday the 13th, guys. Bad luck is all over the place. Yeah? Just allow us for it's the first one back. It's the 13th, yeah. But let's get back to the game. Go on, top score. Keep explaining.
So apologies because it's not the kind of game you want to explain while it's
broken
staggered
apart, yeah.
into explanations. But essentially, as you invest in players, you can buy and sell. So you might think Pepe's not having a good game. I'm going to sell the money that I bought in Pepe. I'm going to get my money back. But the value might be down. So if you bought Pepe when he was worth 20 and you sell him because he's not playing well, so his value's gone down to 10, you're only going to get 10 million back and you can invest it elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is you want to have your money on players that are playing well or you think are going to play well, or the players are more likely to get an assist or score a goal. Perhaps you might want to put it on a fullback because they're going to take a lot of throw-ins, or if you're watching Southampton against Arsenal, you might want to put it on James Ward-Prowse, he's going to take a lot of set pieces.
Yep.
So the idea is you're putting your money on who is basically going to be earning the points, racking your points up. You go up levels. As you go up levels, you earn more money to then go and reinvest in the players as well. So this might seem complicated. We're aware. Trust me, we had to do a trial session to learn it, but it's really not. It's actually incredibly simple.
Yeah.
And throughout the watch along, we'll be showing you guys how it works.
Guys, we'll be playing it throughout the watch along, and on top of that, just so you know, once you sign in on it, Robbie does a breakdown video as well. So if you feel like you're confused from this explanation, just go onto the app, go check it out. It'll break it down for you. And also the watch along will be played whilst you're playing the game. It's all in action, all live. Boom.
That's a really good point. You can be watching the watch along while you're on the game. So you've got your iPad at home, a tablet, whatever. You whack it on. You can watch the watch along while you're playing along with us. Everyone here at AFTV will be playing it. It's going to be difficult because we are keeping an eye on that game. And I tell you what, it's going to be tense. But you know what? It's easy. You put your money where your mouth is. You know, everyone's got opinions on football.
Yeah, and there's prizes to be won.
Yeah,
There's prizes to be won as well that are being given away as well. So just remember that as
some
well.
really cool prizes as well. So go check it out on the website.
Right.
But yes, we've got to go in a sec because the
Yes.
starting 11 show is starting soon. But we are just going to very quickly just remind you guys, go build your starting 11s. As you can see here.
Sorry, I'm dancing. I'm actually excited. The season is,
As you can see here,
it's
on the
kicking
app.
off.
Go build your starting 11s, tag us, put it on social media, and yeah, let us know who starts now that Aubameyang, Nketiah and Lacazette aren't available. The rumours are that Folarin Balogun will get his first Premier League start for Arsenal. It might be his first ever start for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
see,
in
I
the
thought
league,
he
yeah.
was sharp in pre-season at times. So,
Same. It'd be nice to
yeah.
see him. And quickly, before we build your 11s, I've got some 11s here. Just a big shout to Willock as well. Is kind of sad now.
Of
Now that's been
course,
confirmed.
yeah.
25
God, it's
million.
been a busy day, hasn't
It's 25 million. He's on his way to Newcastle. It is sad to see him go, 6-year deal, but yeah, that's how it goes. Right, let me just quickly take some 11s here. So we're gonna make a super 11 just with all these ones we've got here. So Mazar says Leno in goal. So does Darmarie Green. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Leno in goal. It's probably the clear one.
Yeah.
They've gone Chambers, White, Murray, and Tierney.
All right, let's go with where's Mary?
And
There it is.
Mazza
Tierney.
says Cedric Chambers. Like to hear your thoughts, White and Murray. But we'll go with Chambers, White, Murray, and Tierney. I personally would have put Cedric in there as well, but we're gonna go with Darmarie Green, and then Sambi and Granit in the midfield.
Yeah.
Emil, Smith Rowe, Saka, Pepe, and Martinelli up top.
Interesting. Martinelli up top. Wow.
I'm
Where's Pepe? There he is.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go for up top. Martinelli. Guys, go build your 11s on the app. And yeah, check out Top Squad. The 11s will be out soon. And we'll be playing it throughout the watch along, guys.
That's
Listen, so share we're getting back into it, guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. We've had audio problems, okay? We've had problems, but it's the first one back.
But we must remember,
We'll streamline
it's Friday the
this.
13th.
It is Friday the 13th. let's hope Arsenal are a bit more seamless today.
Yeah, hopefully they can
What's
get
your score prediction?
no, we're not doing that. Hopefully they get the job done. What's your score prediction?
I said it on Forever Arsenal. I said 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, 2-0 Arsenal. We'll end with that. Guys, thank you for watching the first build-up back for the new season. And just if you want to remember this and take time to do this, go onto the Premier League right now. Screenshot it. We're at the top of the league right now. Hopefully it stays that way throughout the season. We'll see you next time on the build-up.